Hey, what's up, you guys? Putting another action figure review to you. And this is a review of this is not exactly the retro series Spider-Man. This is a well, I'm not going to insult this figure by saying it's a cheap knockoff. This is a version from China that I bought of Spider-Man, and this does not look like a cheap knockoff. Now, usually I can criticize China for making terrible cheap knockoffs. I have had cheap China knockoffs before, but this is not a cheap knockoff. I got to give China props. They did good with this Spider-Man. Now, the regular retro series Spider-Man that exists is too high in price. People in the second market are selling him way too high. I love Spidey, but I'm not spending that much from what people is selling him for. Now, with that retro Spider-Man, if you've seen it, one thing is obvious. Well, a couple of things. This head sculpt I'm using from this body. So, and I'm surprised how much it works. Even though that this head is kind of fat, but it maybe it's just me, but it still works for this body, this skinnier, lean frame of Spider-Man here. And I also want to say that the retro series body is nice and beefy, like this body. See how, meaty Pete is? I mean, he's not fat, but I mean, he's a beefcake. Like, he's mad brolic. So that's what the retro series looks like. But this is a more classic, traditional version of Spider-Man with a more slender frame. And I like it. I like it a lot. I like this figure a lot. And I don't know how China did it, but it works. I don't know what parts they use from different body molds, or probably a past Spider-Man. They probably did this, but they did a good job. Everything pretty much looks solid. This head I already had, so minus the head, but just looking at the body, the Spidey symbol is clean, the lines are clean, the paint work is nice and clean. I can't really find any fault with this figure. It's really good. Gotta give it to China. It's really, really good. Thwip. So I'm really happy with this figure. Very happy, in fact. So let's jump into articulation. Head can look all the way up, great for Spidey. You can look down quite a bit, very good. He has attitude. He can full 360 around like the Exorcist. Arms can go out pretty far, up pretty far. He can do full 360 rotation, upper bicep swivel. Yep, he has double jointed elbows. A full 360 wrist and hinge rotation, of course. That's what I'm saying. And he can also hinge this way as well. Nice. He can twist all the way around. He does have an ab crunch that goes back slightly, goes down quite a bit. Legs can go out about that far. Legs can kick up pretty good. And he does have a thigh cut. He does have double jointed knees. And does he have boot rotation? Oh, no boot rotation. That's the catch. He can foot hinge all the way down, all the way up, and ankle pivot. So, Spidey got the goods. Spidey definitely has the goods. Let me assure you. And I am very happy. Whoa! Bumped my camera. Yeah, bumped my camera. Did not mean to do that. Bumped my camera. What I was saying though is Spidey got the goods. And this figure looks good. And the head sculpt that I'm using from my Spidey PS4 body works. And I like it. I like it a lot. I'm feeling this Spidey, and yeah, great job, China. I got this from China for dirt cheap. Yep. And he's not only worth every penny. If I knew the figure was going to be this good, I would have paid more for him because he's that good. I like the slender frame. I mean, I like Spidey being Brawler too. Don't get me wrong; he looks awesome, but it's something, especially for comic lovers like myself who grew up reading Spidey. You know, and Spidey was just a skinny dude. I mean, he has all this great power, and he's ridiculously strong because of his augmented strength, because of the bite from the spider. But just this slim, you would never think somebody that skinny could be that powerful. And that's how Peter was drawn for a long time in the comic books, off and on. Even now, some artists still draws Peter with a slender frame. Other artists just choose to draw him Brawler. I like him both ways. It doesn't matter. Especially my PS4 Spidey, I love, and I love the beefcakeness, all the muscles that he has. But I'm really feeling this. I'm feeling this figure more than I thought I would. I'm really feeling this figure, so I'm very happy with it. Very happy to add this Spidey to my collection, no doubt. So let's do a couple of head swaps. See how that'll look. Well, I already seen how it look, but I'm just gonna show you guys. So this is how Pete looks on here, and he looks good. He looks good. The head sits a little high, but it pops on real good. It stays in place real good. So he looks good. He looks good. Now, let's see the other Peter head. See how that looks. And that looks good too. I mean, I've seen it before, but just every time it sits slightly high, but both head sculpts look good. And you can lift up his glasses if you so choose. You can do that. That looks pretty cool. You could just have those big old goggles down. So yeah, so this figure is awesome. This figure is amazing. I can't believe how good China did, and especially for the price they sold him for. Really, really great job. So I am extremely happy with this Spider-Man. And to be honest, since I have this, I don't want the Retro Series 1. I mean, the Retro Series 1 looks awesome and all, but I ain't paying for that kind of price on the second market. And this one serves me just fine. So with that, Spidey fans, that's my review. Till next time, see ya.